Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Strong Collectors Podcast. Today we're doing a quick reaction to the McFarlane Geek Out announcements that Todd put out Friday morning. I'm your host Dakota, here with my co-host Jordan. Make sure that you are subscribed to the podcast because we are nearing our next giveaway, which actually that reminds me, Jordan, we also need to do the drawing for the previous giveaway. We should probably record that after this. Yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
All right. Hopefully you were all entered into that, but like I said, don't worry. We've got another giveaway soon approaching. So be subscribed, and that's kind of step one to the tiers. We kind of change things up every once in a while, but being subscribed is the number one way to win anything. If you're not subscribed, you can't win. All right, Jordan.
Yes.
We did a leaks episode to...
Yeah, we did.
The McFarlane stuff, and some of this stuff was on there, some of it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I think overall my feelings are very underwhelmed. I don't think any of them are necessarily like terrible, but I don't think I'm going to be rushing out to pick any of these up.
That's fair. Yeah, I think I feel similarly. I mean, you remember how stoked I was for my Superman Doomsday 2-pack.
Yep.
So we can get into that. But, yeah, overall, it's like nothing that I'm going to be rushing. I guess I guess there is the agreement that if I buy anything McFarlane retail, you're going to come slap me in the face. So I do have that going against me, naturally, right, with any purchases. But even if there was not a threat of a strong-handed Dakota slap, I think I would still probably wait to get any of this stuff if I even wanted it on a deal.
Yeah, and that's
me.
It is hard because I don't know if these Geek Out things are going to be in like more scarce quantities or if it's going to be normal, like just a normal Target exclusive. Because all of these, like, I guess that's kind of the umbrella. Geek Out is all Target exclusives. I think everything except for one of these, like the first is kind of a later, like this was announced earlier, so we'll just get into that first, get it out of the way. The Superman 2-pack, that's with a regular Superman and a Superman from Earth 2, or no, Earth 3. So that's kind of hard. A Superman 3 2-pack.
Superman 2-pack, Earth 2, Earth 3.
No, no Earth 2. Just
Earth 3.
Or normal Superman, Earth 3 2-pack. Okay.
Got that straight.
So this was one of the ones that was in the leaks. And we weren't sure what this Earth 3 Superman... Wait. Was this?
That was Earth 2 Superman.
You're right. It was an Earth 2 Superman. So we're going to have... There's going to be multiple 2-packs of... Oh my gosh. That's going to be so confusing.
There's a reason it's called DC Multiverse, Dakota. You get Superman Earth 1 through 3000.
All right, so this isn't even that. Okay. So that leak is still to come. We still don't know what Earth 2 Superman is. Maybe it's that gray-haired Superman. This one is Ultraman. That's kind of what I was thinking on that leak before.
Right.
We've had Ultraman before. I think general consensus is this 2-pack is terrible. Do you have that same... vibe from the community?
As soon as we were texted, yes, I agree. But I think the memes have been the funniest with like,
yeah,
everyone's been doing handsome Shrek with the Superman, which I agree with.
Squidward.
It was my first
and
thought.
Shrek?
I've seen that remember when Shrek turns human in Shrek 2? It looks a lot like him. But I also, yes, my first thought, I sent you a meme, I think, of handsome Squidward, which seems pretty accurate. I've seen some people post Ted Cruz, which I can see it a little bit.
Yeah.
Overall, though, it's like very odd choice for the heads, because so many people have been like, I just want a Superman that looks normal and he's smiling, and it's like that to me would have seemed to have made this sell better, because it's like I don't want Ultraman, but I want a normal. Because it seems like, wasn't it Action Comics 1000, that Superman, which kind of I saw a lot of, is now kind of in demand, because it's like, I need a good Superman. So it feels like Todd could have easily been like, well, here's your good Superman, but he's
even Ultraman. Ultraman looks terrible too.
Yeah, he looks pretty rough too.
Like he is like I'm looking at this one picture, which will be up on the screen here too. It is so gappy from the chest to the stomach.
Yeah, it does look like he's
absurd.
wearing like a plate of armor.
Yeah. And like just even that face sculpt is ridiculous. I will like the one saving grace it has is the like Daily Planet base that it comes with.
I've heard people saying they might want it just for that, but
right. But even at that point, like
how much was it again?
Oh, and this comes with Atomica. Wasn't that part of one of the leaks that we did?
Yes.
This was a different. I thought that was supposed to be with the Earth too.
I thought that was with the Atomic Skull.
I don't know. We got to go back and rewatch our leaks video. We obviously don't know what the heck is going on.
Somebody in the comments who actually watched this, tell us, because we don't even know.
I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
Well, I'm so thrown off because that one guy was just yelling at us for not having Val-Zod or knowing who Val-Zod was. So I'm a little hesitant now in my Earth 2, Earth 1, Earth 3, denotations because
yep.
we need a professor to come educate us on DC Multiverse theory. But
all right, so this one, whatever. I will give it. It is only $40. So
I did think that was a pretty reasonable price tag. So I was like,
yeah.
Okay.
Getting 2 figures. I mean, it doesn't look like Atomica is articulated at all. Maybe. It's kind of hard to tell. Like, I don't see just a standalone picture of her. But then you also get, which is surprising for McFarlane, multiple hands. So each figure comes with their hands on. And then in addition to that, you're going to get kind of like the Superman open flying hand. Well, I don't know. I'll put a picture over that. I probably shouldn't do that on camera. Canceled. You get kind of a more open hand, a fisted hand, kind of a clawy, I don't know, kung fu hand, I don't know, gripping, and then a pointed hand. So I think that's kind of cool. Although, that's an extra fist for him.
That's a lot of hands for a Superman, in my opinion.
And usually McFarlane's not really, I mean, maybe you'll get like one set of alternate hands, but it's kind of rare. So
yeah.
And still, you get the base, and the price is, I don't know. That's
I don't reasonable. Think the value's bad. I just
just the figures are bad.
Yeah, value's great. Figures, I don't know. It's just like that Shrek or not Shrek head. I guess it is kind of a Shrek head. Mm-hmm. Just that Superman head is just.
That's rough.
I don't know, man. That to me looks like it's like a troll. Like somebody was like, "There's no way you can sell this sculpt," and he's like, "Watch me."
Oh, watch me do it. If I put it on the shelves, the nerds will buy it. But like, I mean, it doesn't even look like it has a neck either. Like that's just icing on the cake. All right, that's been we're 8 minutes into this almost, and all we've talked about is the 2-pack.
Handsome Shrek Superman.
All right, next up, let's do the one Spawn figure that was announced, and that's the Ninja Spawn, which I think is an interesting choice because that last Ninja Spawn, I'm pretty sure, is still available some places, I think. I have it. It's a pretty decent figure.
Hot item. I mean, it seemed like that one was...
I think I might have bought that.
You could get it.
Yeah, I think I got that at full price, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I found it on discount.
Drive over and slap you this weekend.
Yeah, that was a while. That came out like...
That was before the agreement, my friend.
Yeah. No retroactive slaps, please.
Yeah, we would each deserve a lot of slaps for if that rule applied. But
now this one comes... You can get 2 versions. You can get the regular version, and like the differences here is the regular Ninja Spawn was like, I don't have it out here, but kind of more of like a brownish maroon tan. This one's a little bit more armored up, like a full red costume underneath with like a white loincloth. And he hasn't even been in the Spawn comics, so I'm kind of interested why he was chosen. Recently in the comics, Gunslinger has kind of changed his look. And as soon as he did that, I was like, oh, great. Here's another reason to give us yet again another Gunslinger, because we've had 3, I think now, at least.
The regular Gatling gun and the one with the horse?
Yeah. So I just figured that's another excuse to just kind of reuse almost all those parts, give it a different paint scheme. But then this one does come with some kind of cool weapons. He's got I think these are called tiger swords. And then he's got some like nunchucks, which are interesting. But you can get the regular version, which I think is $25, or you can get the signed exclusive one. And that one's going to be $50 and looks like it's sold out. Or wait, yeah, I think so. Yep, sold out. So, sorry if you wanted the signed one. Sold out day one.
It's because I bought them all.
Yeah. And then let's get into some of the Dark Knight stuff. We'll start out with Batman. We've got a Jokerized Christian Bale Batman.
This one kind of weirded me out, though, because it's like Joker's face on Batman's body, but it's not like he's wearing a mask. It's like it's superimposed on his...
Yeah.
It's like he's some weird human suit Bat-Joker hybrid.
It's almost like if a customizer just tried to be like, I'm just taking a Batman head and I want it to be a Joker head, and they like kind of painted in the green hair on it, which I think is like an even extra layer of weird. So I don't know. I don't know who's wanting these Jokerized versions of anything, let alone next up, Jokerized Joker. If you thought that was possible, folks, you're on something, and I'd like some. Because like this looks less Jokery to me, honestly. Like it's just a dude with green hair and like it's a Joker head, sure, but like it looks more like the Penguin figure from
that's fair.
The like newer Batman movie, because he's like in a black suit with just a purple vest and then Joker head. But
I mean, you have to know Todd was like, "What's in the warehouse, guys?" And they're like, "Got some parts," and he's like, Jokerized Joker, baby.
He's like, you know what? Screw it. If Hasbro's just going to be putting out repaint after repaint, why can't I? I'll just make everything Jokerized. Which we've got to be getting the rest of this wave, so I would assume Two-Face and... Who was the other one in this wave?
Bane? No, Bane was the Build-A-Figure. It was Batman...
Scarecrow,
Joker, Two-Face.
Yeah, so I would assume we're going to be getting a Two-Face and a Scarecrow Jokerized, because both of the Build-A-Figure parts in these are Jokerized, so Bane is going to end up also Jokerized. So, and it's not like this isn't like the first time that Todd's done this. Like this was the same with I think it was Solomon Grundy wave, where there was the regular and then there was the black and white versions. Mm-hmm. So this is essentially that. And I think this is I don't know. I was going to say this is a better idea, but this is just kind of a goofy or different idea, I guess. I don't really like
an idea.
It is an idea.
It's an idea that someone had.
All right. I think that's all we got for that. I mean, I do think it's cool that they didn't just say like, oh, here's the same Build-A-Figure parts. They like actually Jokerized everything. So that is kind of I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And like they didn't even mention that, which I thought was surprising. I was like, you're not even going to mention the fact that you also have a Jokerized Bane in there too, but it says it in the Facebook post, but he never mentioned it when he was announcing it in his videos. And then you want to give us the last one here, Jordan?
Last one is the Superman Doomsday Gold Label 2-pack with Doomsday as the mega fig, which I've seen. So the initial reactions, I think he looks bigger than the Devastator.
Is he? Okay.
I think he's bigger. So he does have that going for him. What is it, $59.99?
Let me pull it up here.
I think it was. So
yeah, $59.99.
Face value if you're getting a mega fig and another figure, that doesn't seem bad.
That's not a mega fig. No.
I don't know. That's
got to be the same.
I saw people posting, like, I don't know. It looked like it was a little bit bigger than the Devastator.
All right, maybe.
I could be wrong.
It just looks exactly like the Devastator. Like it might be different. Like maybe he might have changed out like the thighs or something, but like the hands, like shoulders.
Yeah, I'm sure he reused parts. But at the end of the day, I'm disappointed because I don't know. I mean, we talked about whether this is, because there was the San Diego Comic-Con one, right? Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be the one that was leaked, so I guess there could have been a misunderstanding in the leaks, but
Yeah.
To me, it's one of those kind of classic situations where it's like it's almost what you want, but not quite.
Well, mine
And
is
you're like,
Superman. Superman is nothing like I want.
well, at least with Doomsday. I'm saying
Yeah.
Doomsday.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, Superman, I was like, if they just did a McFarlane scale version of the DC Direct where you got Doomsday, you know, in his little green short, and like people are saying like, oh, it looks like the comic, and I'm like,
No, it
yeah,
doesn't.
it
It
really.
does
You're
not.
trying to convince yourself that this is
Yeah.
cool. Which, if you
You could.
want it, that's fine. But don't tell
Yeah.
me like, oh, he perfectly captured the death and return of Superman, Doomsday, and
Right.
Superman, because it's like kind of like what you've said, where it's always like, here's kind of what you want, but then I'm going to put out a version later that's exactly what you want, and then you need to get that version.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I'm just passionate because I was super stoked for this one, and I saw it and was like, man.
Yeah. And that's, I think, if you wanted to try to pass this off to me as, hey, this is the modern looking Doomsday, because there are like, he comes back around, then I would say, okay, sure. And even like based off the like picture of the back of the packaging, it kind of looks like that. Not perfect, but you know, close enough that you could argue with me. But then it's like, so like the back of the box is split of that picture of Doomsday, and then it's also the picture of like the torn Superman cape flag. So it's kind of like you're showing two different comics on the back, or like two different eras of what this is. And it's like that Superman's not, it's beat up ish, but I wonder if that's just like Todd can't do a shirtless figure, because with the way he sculpts and like where they put the articulation cuts, like, do you think he could even make a decent looking shirtless figure? Does he have any? I don't think he does.
I don't know.
I think all of his Aquamans are like,
I guess the closest
like
I
the
could think of
scales.
is like Martian Manhunter, but even then he's green. But
And he's got the cross thing, and so yeah, I think he just is maybe too scared to do a shirtless figure, because I want like beat up like right before he dies looking Superman. I don't know.
Todd
This
could do that. Cool. I think he could do. I think he could do it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's just kind of a disappointing, because you're right. It looks close. It's that is almost what I wanted, but it's also like way too close to looking like Devastator. So yeah, it's a hard pass for me. I mean, maybe when people have it in hand and like they show me like, oh no, see, this one's way bigger than Devastator, which I don't even need it to be that much bigger than Devastator. Just, you know, don't call it a mega figure then, because Devastator wasn't a mega figure.
True.
So I'm going to hold out hope that we've got another version coming as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, but I could see this being that kind of, like you said, where it's just kind of a, you know, however they put it into the system as an exclusive, but it actually meant Target exclusive for Geek Out, because it's, you know, separate. It's more than just a Target exclusive. It's a Geek Out exclusive. I don't know. I mean, you know, we've got this now, so maybe we get another single reissue, which that happens pretty often too.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to hold my breath.
We got like 3 versions of Swamp Thing, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Because we did.
Horned, black and white. Wasn't there a black and white horned one, or was there only a black and white?
No, just the painter. Or what is that? I don't know. Just the unpainted.
Artist proof.
There it is. Boom. Oh, yeah. So,
are we going to throw in the Batmobile news?
Yeah, go ahead. That makes sense.
So, I saw, and as did you, was not surprised at all. I mean, I'm surprised, maybe I'm not, at the way it was spun.
Yeah.
To so deliberately, obviously lie. Be like, we heard you guys loud and clear. Everyone loved the McFarlane Batmobile, so we've decided to now put into production a classic 89 style Batmobile with a Batman. It's like,
yep.
You did not just decide to do... And I saw some people being like, yes, Todd, he listens to the fans. It's like, come on, man. You know.
Right.
He had that in his back pocket.
Don't be falling for that.
So
yeah, I did think that was very funny how they rolled that out of like, oh,
yeah,
whoopsie, we gave you the one that you wanted something different of. Like, no, that's your exact business model. What you've done this entire time is give us a different version of the thing we want, and then we buy both of them. Because if we got the thing we wanted, we wouldn't buy the slightly different, more modern style of it. But yeah, I was just like,
but I'm excited for that. I'm going to be buying one, definitely,
yeah,
for sure.
mm-hmm. I think going back real quick to the
Yeah,
Superman Devastator 2-pack, I was surprised with the reaction on like the likes. Like it's got 1,000 likes, 410 hearts, and only 7 laughs, which I was like, that seems very calm
kind.
for any sort of action figure collector ever. Like usually any release, no matter how good it is, people are going to come out hating it. And it has 2 angry faces. So
One from each of us.
yeah. So I was just surprised by that.
Yeah,
I think on kind of the same, like along the lines of like, what was the response? I think a lot of people shared our known skepticism of, oh, here's the new thing that you wanted. We listened. I think the comments on that Instagram post were very much like, come on, you did this, you know what you're doing. So,
but I'll still take one.
Yeah. What did you guys think? Did you fall for Todd's antics and when he said the actual classic 89 Batman's coming in the Batmobile, or did you know what was up? And what do you think about these either Jokerized figures, this Superman and Devastator 2-pack? I think that's just what I'm gonna.
Doomsday.
I think I'm just gonna keep calling it Devastator 2-pack.
You're just gonna go all in on that.
You're not fooling me, Todd. It's Devastator. You just gave him a ponytail.
And green shorts.
And green shorts. Yeah. What do you guys think of those? Am I out of my mind? That's actually way bigger than Devastator. I'll have to look around for some pictures of it, see if I can find a side by side. Well, I mean, we can't find a side by side, but something that like at least shows Devastator next to Superman. I think that would be a good reference because they have that with Doomsday and Superman. So, what do you guys think about it? Let's talk about it in the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay strong.